Welcome to Podnutz Daily, episode number 192. We are joined again with Steve McLaughlin, who you know as Door to Door Geek. His website's doortodoorgeek.com, and he is a stout Podnutz supporter. So thanks for joining us, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
How you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I took my 5-hour energy, so I'm doing pretty good.
Does that stuff really work?
Well, I tell you, I have an utterly addictive personality towards everything, and with this stuff, I can take it once a week, no problem. There's no crash at all, which I can't believe.
What do you mean once a week?
Yeah, for a couple days there, I was taking it like 2-3 times a week when I get like 4 hours sleep the night before.
And what kind of effect does it have?
Basically, people at work tell me to shut up a lot after I take it because I get a little jabbery, and it just helps me focus on work, get things done, drive home safe, that kind of thing.
Really? That actually works? I mean, I've seen it on a commercial. Some football player said he drinks it or whatever.
Yeah, I took it a couple times, and then for like 3 weeks, I kept ragging my wife out in BJ's Wholesale Club. Yeah. They had a case of it, 24 bottles of it for $35, which is like half price versus the store. And finally I said, look, this time I'm not playing. I'm getting it.
Did you get it?
Yeah, and I mean, it's been over a month and I've used maybe 7.
Yeah, that's funny.
But, you know.
I always thought that kind of stuff would make you crash. It would have a crashing effect. Yeah,
same here. I swore it would, but I mean, I sometimes don't know I'm feeling lower until it's been like 7-8 hours and it's not really a crash.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. All right, we're off the subject.
It's, very good drugs, whatever it is.
It's very good drugs.
Yeah. Well, it's all drugs. Caffeine's a drug. Yeah. Sugar's a drug.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, thank you for that drug endorsement.
No problem.
All right, Steve. What do you have for us this week in the computer repair field?
Well, before I get started, I just got to say, Steve D'Amico on the regular Podnutz kicks out some of the best lines in Podnutz history. Like it's squirting out the sides like a ugly sandwich. I was driving and he said that, and I was absolutely no good for the next 5 minutes.
He cracks me up. Me up.
Yeah, and he was at the Podnutz party. He is a very, very good guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
He's awesome.
And I will admit I'm a little bit like him. When I find something works for the next 3 months, I have to do that just because it worked once. You're
referring to like when one time he found out the CMOS battery was causing a problem, so he replaced the CMOS battery.
He walks up to replace the battery.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm happy to see somebody had success with a system file checker.
Yeah. Because
I went for like a year doing it randomly on any computer when I couldn't fix something, and I could never get it to do anything positive.
Right. I've had it not work a bunch of times. Or not have an effect. Just not work. Just not have a real effect. It wasn't fixing what the problem was. But there's every once in a while you do get something that it does fix.
Yeah, and see, it's good to hear that kind of thing because that's the kind of tool, to be honest, I forget about over time.
Yeah. Yep. It's good to bring that back into your memory.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Things have been definitely a little busy here the last, I guess it was like 5 weeks ago, but for the last 3 weeks, I've definitely had some customer traffic. Today, I had a customer. I was like a half an hour away from leaving work. He called me up. I was in a meeting where, of course, nothing gets accomplished. So I just let it, ring, turned it off, got the voicemail, full-blown panic mode. Steve, I think I'm infected. I can't print. So which should tell the people he doesn't really know a lot about computers. He just knows how to do his things.
Okay.
So just because the printer stopped printing, now he thinks he has a virus.
Okay.
I have roughly 45-minute drive on the way home. And pretty much from the time my butt hit my car till I got up to my house, I was on the phone with him.
Jeez.
And this is a guy not computer literate, has like a $3,000 LaserJet computer connected to his router. So I basically asked him.
Why does he have that?
I'm the one that set it up because he wanted to be able to print from 3 computers to this printer.
Yeah, but why does he have a $3,000 printer?
Because he is a real estate agent that can print hundreds of things a week,
Gotcha.
Thousands of things a month.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're always like little flyers, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't been over to his house in over a year because he's basically the kind of guy, he really doesn't get infected or have too many issues. When he gets a brand new BlackBerry, he'll call me up in a panic, help me get all the data off onto the new phone kind of thing.
Right.
And he's been a solid customer from day one. So I said to him in the car, okay, do you want to try to solve this thing? Because as soon as I get home, I have to be on an internet radio show because if I say podcast, you know, he has no idea what it is.
Right.
And after that, you know, I have plans. I got to do stuff, so I'm not going to be able to do it till tomorrow. Or we can try to do it right now. Steve, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. And I think one of the keys that a lot of techs don't focus on at all is the ability to communicate to a customer that isn't tech savvy. Saying things in logical terms and not speaking down to the customer.
Right.
Because, like, you know, you use the car type thing. The last thing I want is to go get my car fixed and to have the guy talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Right. Exactly.
You know, that little spinny thing got stuck. You know, you can tell me what it's called, you know. Kind of thing. So I basically sat there with him. We checked to make sure the printer was getting power. The cables were firmly connected. Then he couldn't go through the printer and print out a status page. So I instructed him, start, run, CMD, IP config. I saw what his IP address was. Mm-hmm. And I said, since this problem started, have you had any other computers on his network? He said, nope. So I said, okay, now type ping 192.168.1.2 because his computer was .1. Mm-hmm. It didn't work. I said, well, now .3. .3, we were getting a response back. So I said, well, there's your printer. Through memory, I knew how to go to printers and faxes, right-click the printer, properties, ports, verify if the port exists or not because it's a IP-based printer, add TCP printer, and then go through that whole steps to add the IP address as a port, go back into the printer, make sure it's set to the port, and print. And he was blown away that he was able to do it himself. But I was able to talk our way through it.